Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna do two really quick exercises on play. The first one is going to be, I want you to think about your childhood. You're gonna really think about like, what did you play with as a child? Maybe it was a doll, maybe it was a dinosaur. Did you have a really special stuffed animal that you took everywhere with you? Was it maybe baseball cards or a yo-yo? Whatever it is, whether you were a builder or you like to play with puppets, like whatever it is, really think about it. Take a couple minutes to reflect. Put yourself as your 3-year-old, 5-year-old self, and think about, what did I play with? You might have to do a little bit of digging and ask your parents or ask somebody that knew you at that age. Sometimes it's harder than for others than to think of like what they really did in their childhood. So think about what your play item was as a child, and then I want you can do this on a notepad, you can do this as a web, put the play item and try to remember some things that you did with that. Did you talk to your animal? Did you take your toy with you? How did it make you feel? Were you secure? Were you happy? Just kind of play with the things that jog your memory. Okay, that's the first thing you're gonna do. And then I want to see if you can obtain that object. Maybe you have a little in your life, a child of your own, or a nephew or a niece or a friend's child, or maybe you're in a school and you have access to toys and that kind of thing. I want you to get that object, as close as the object as it was to your childhood toy, and I want you to play with it. It doesn't have to, you're not gonna, if you're in a center or in a program, your director might have you do this in like group setting or maybe in like a large presentation setting. But this is also something that you need to practice on your own, because how many times do we sit alone just to hear our voice and just to play? Like it's kind of like too silly and awkward, right? Well, we need to get familiar with that uncomfortableness and just practice so that when you are in, let's say, a setting with a young child that you're not used to, or a group of children that you're with, or maybe somebody's coming to observe you, or you're not used to speaking out loud in front of adults, this is your practice, and practice makes perfect. You can start with a child in your life, or you can start with maybe a friend, but I do want you to practice on your own, because that's when you kind of start to hear your voice, and you can play with your tone and tape yourself and just get really familiar with playing, because this is a tool to practice with. Okay, so you're going to get that tool, you're going to start playing with it. Be silly, give it a role, give it a name, use little quirky voices. If it's a mommy, have a mommy voice. If a baby, make it have a baby voice. Maybe go through the wheels on the bus and all the different characters and put a voice to each character. So this is the purpose of this exercise, is to really practice and role play and pretend. And there's no wrong way to play. So please practice this. Let me know if you have any questions. I encourage you to practice as much as possible, and maybe you want to even share with your teaching team and do it as a small team bonding. That's a really great way to do a team bonding. But I hope that you enjoy practicing your play, and know that you are strengthening and enhancing your engagement with the littles that are going to come into your life, whether they're neurotypical or neurodivergent. So I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to process and play. Thanks.